Hey guys, Luke Scheckman here, Team Exos, bringing you a 40-minute kettlebell class. So I hope you're ready. I hope you have your kettlebells. What I want to do is start down here on the ground so that we can properly warm up, work on some mobility, basically do, everything we can to loosen up some connective tissue, get that blood running so that, this workout goes smooth and you get what you came here for, okay? Let's start off on the ground. We are bringing ourselves down to this 90-90 position, okay? My legs are on top of each other. They are flat against the ground, and they are making a 90-degree shape. I'm pretty much on my side at the moment. We're going to put that top hand right down like this, almost in a clapping position. And all I want you to do in a nice straight line, keeping your stomach engaged, we are going to roll that arm all the way back. I'm running into some of my equipment right here. Make sure that you don't do that. And once you feel that stretch and relax into it, we're going to bring it right back down like this. Control for a moment, and then back it goes, open, okay? So what I want you to do while doing this stretch, first off, I want you to do it 5 times on each side. And, hopefully your legs stay put, that's your anchor. And hopefully as that arm, rotates across the body, your thoracic vertebrae, for one, experiences rotation and gets a little bit looser as you go. We're kind of working on that mobility before we start throwing some kettlebells around. So you would do that on both sides, and then what I want you to do, you're going to stay down just like this. And all I want to do is, let's bring one leg up to our chest like this. Let's drop the other leg all the way down to the ground, get that nice extension. What I'm going to do before I straighten this leg is I'm going to make sure that I'm bringing my toes to my shin as best I can in dorsal flexion. And nice and slow, we're going to kick our heels up to the ceiling, feeling that nice tight hamstring stretch in a good way. And then bring it back down. Just like the 90-90 chest opener, I want you guys focusing on, 5 on each side. Not going overboard, but giving yourself enough repetitions to hopefully experience a little bit more elasticity in the muscles and a bit more mobility from start to finish. Okay, so just like the chest opener, that's going to be 5 on each side, okay? I don't know why I just sat up. Maybe it's because I'm talking to you. But the next thing that you're going to do, you're going to stay right down like this, okay? Let's start with the left leg planted. You're going to bring that heel nice and close to your glute, and I want you to extend the opposite leg. You're going to bring it, about 2 inches above the ground, and usually when I do glute bridges, especially one-legged, I want to put my hands on my hips, kind of create a tripod for myself, and then we are bringing those hips up to full extension, making sure that everything is nice and even. I'm not sagging, I'm not twisting. We hold, engage it flat, and then bring yourself right back down. Touch the glutes to the floor, right back up. Nice and controlled, guys. And remember, that extended leg is strictly used for resistance. If you are deriving, momentum from it, if it's swinging up and down or something like that, you're kind of missing the point. It's a very important movement, but ultimately, it's a nice small movement, okay? And we really want to, focus our attention on the stability of that pelvic girdle and just the fact that, everything is flat and strong and equal throughout, okay? Final little step of a warm-up, and I don't know, some people probably wouldn't consider this a warm-up. One of the best exercises ever. Rarely done 100%, so we could work on that. But I just want to do 5 push-ups, okay? When you're doing a push-up, whether you be on your feet or your knees, you really want to make sure that those joints are stacked. Shoulder, elbow, wrist, my hands are splayed. I'm rotating the eyes of my elbows out, kind of corkscrewing my hands into the ground and holding with a nice tight core. All I want you to do, you don't even really have to count, just take your time, bringing ourselves down to the ground, and then straight back up. Okay, if you're on your knees, that's totally cool. Nice and controlled, straight back up. okay? Important to keep those elbows in. We don't want to push like this. We're pushing like that. We're trying to utilize, the big, strong muscles, okay? All right, so you want to do 5 of those. So pretty much with your warm-up, the magic number is going to be 5, okay? Make sure that you have something to drink, a little bit of hydration, all right? And I'm not doing every single exercise or movement with you guys in the hopes that, you can see what I'm doing, you understand the block that I'm presenting you, and then you can pause and you can do it, and then you can come back at the end and see what else I have in store for you. So, block number 1. This is where the kettlebell comes in. So, we are going to take from what we just did, it's kind of, the point of preparation, and what I want to do, we are going to go into a glute bridge with a press, okay? What that's going to mean, bringing those hips all the way up. I'm holding that kettlebell on the back of my forearm. This piece goes right in the crook of my hand. I'm holding it right above my chest, not above my face. And the elbow stays tight. Bringing it down to the ground, touching, and then straight back up. Just like a one-arm bench press, but to be honest, there is a lot more to focus on with this one to do correctly. You're going to do 8 reps on each side, 3 sets of that exercise, okay? What I mean by being a little bit more complicated, you need to not only focus on, keeping that arm inside, trying not to compensate with your trap, using the pec, but at the same time, we're doing a glute bridge. So those hips have to be up. So you have to be very conscious of those staying perfectly flat and keeping your core engaged. So once again, 8 on each side, and then we're going to get you standing up, okay? Our second set in this strength block, it's our bread and butter, okay? We are doing a contralateral one-legged RDL, okay? So that means that I am going to post on my right leg, and I am going to hold with my left hand. The reason that we're doing this, it's important to do both different variations, but one of the good things about doing a contralateral movement with this is that the body's natural inclination is to externally rotate while you do this. And if it's contralateral, you're less likely to do that. Okay? So, I plant on my right, my shoulder is back, my weight is in my left. I am going to initiate with that left foot, driving the heel, driving the heel, driving the heel. My heel is on the ground here. I'm really controlling the entirety of my foot. I feel that stretch, hamstring to glute, and I am right up like this. Okay? Looks like a simple movement, and once you got it, you got it. But the cueing points, I would say there's about 4 or 5, and they're all very important. Now, I did that extremely slow, so I can show it to you. You don't have to do it that slow, and you also don't have to hold in that downward position, okay? Again, starting on my right, holding in my left, initiating with my heel. My back is flat, my chest is out, my head is neutral. I bring myself down, I look for that stretch, boom, bring it right back up, okay? Great exercise. I want 8 on each side. So, with those 2 exercises, you will be doing 3 sets, 8 on each side, both exercises, okay? So this is when you would do it, pause, and then we will get to our next block. And lo and behold, we are here, okay? So, you've done your 3 sets, you've enjoyed it, it's been challenging, but successful for you. I'm thinking optimistically. And now, I am bringing you down to a split squat position, okay? Low squat. We are looking again for 90-degree angles, okay? Right here, right in the back, okay? We are going to take the kettlebell in the same hand of the leg that's forward, okay? Belly button in, if you don't know what to do with your other arm, out to the side, and we are pressing up over the head and bringing it right back down. Very important whenever we're doing an overhead press. to really be cautious, okay? You basically want to lowball the figure before. You want to go lower rather than higher initially, okay? Shoulders are something that we really need to take care of because, yeah, once they get injured, it can be a process. So, yeah, one of my goals as a coach is to keep everybody's shoulders healthy. That being said, let me show you again. Elbows to the inside. This is called my rack position, okay? Keeping it nice and close to my midline. Essentially, my fist is like right underneath my chin. My stomach is in. Boom, straight up. I'm not this way. I'm here. Bicep covering ear, right back down. It moves in one line, okay? You really want to make sure that that's the case because if you're all over the place, you're really risking shoulder health. And I'm telling you, it's not worth it. Okay, 8 on each side. That's your first exercise, second strength block. Next exercise, bringing it down to the ground. We're going to use this. You're going to hold right above your chest. Sorry, scratch my nose. Heels on the ground. Don't drop this on your teeth. Bring yourself up just like so. Stomach is in. Bring one knee up to the chest. Hold control. Right back down. Second knee up to the chest. Hold control. My hips stay high. This is called glute marching, okay? And again, it's one of those exercises that, you know, if you wanted to, you can just kind of breeze your way through it, and it's not going to do much for you. But if you plant your body against the ground, and you lift those hips up, and you keep them level the entire time, you really focus not only on bringing that leg up and contracting your abs and making sure that this is all tight, you really focus on keeping those hips high, equal, and level. It's not easy. I mean, as soon as I picked my one up, I felt my body want to shift to the side. And yeah, that's natural, but therein lies the exercise, okay? Final exercise, second strength block. We will be doing Russian twists. Again, heels on the ground, if you want to. But we're going to hold just like this, stomach in, shoulders back, and we're going to go side to side. Working that transverse abdominis and really working on that thoracic rotation, okay? If you want to step it up a little bit more, you can lift the heels and do the same thing, okay? I mean, as you can see with a lot of these exercises, you know, we're not looking for speed. We're not looking for huge amounts of weight, unless, you know, you're there, but lots of control, okay? And for those, you're doing 10 on each side. So that's going to be 20 total. Let's reiterate. Number one exercise, second strength block. 90 degrees has been achieved. Arms out, elbow in, up and over. Okay. 8 on each side. Boom. Bring yourself right back down. Heels in, holding this above the chest. Glutes are up. Begin your march. Nice and controlled. This is one, if you're not hydrated for the day, you're going to feel your hamstrings want to cramp, okay? So definitely sip some water. And another thing that's going to take a little bit of that focus off is what I was telling you before, bringing those toes up to the shin, okay? But this is a hamstring cramper, so just beware, okay? All right, so that was your second block. You're going to do all of those. Oh, I forgot to demonstrate. Last one, Russian twists. Holding up here, bringing yourself down until you feel tension in your abs, and then we are slow and controlled, side to side, 10 on each side, 20 total. All right. So, when you're finished doing your 3 sets there, so we had your initial block, 2 exercises, 3 sets. Secondary block, 3 exercises, 3 sets. And just to, you know, finish you guys off with a nice sweat, okay? You know, get that metabolic system running a little bit. We'll keep it simple. We're going to go 4 sets here, okay? And what each set is going to consist of, 30 seconds of plank running, and then 30 seconds of rest, okay? 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. You should be pushing yourself I would say between 85 and 92%. I know that's specific, but that's where you're aiming. Okay, so we got 4 sets to do. We start off in that perfect push-up position, which we went over in our pillar prep. And when I do this, you might have heard the as mountain climbers before, plank running, mountain climbers, it's all the same. I usually like to start with one knee up like this. I contract my abs, 3, 2, and I keep my back flat. Stomach is in, back is flat, okay? My shirt is tucked in, so you can't see this, but, you know, not too many people work out with a shirt tucked in. So something I tell people to look for when they do this is, if you start doing this exercise and your shirt starts coming up over your head, then you're out of position. And you got to drop down, flatten out, engage the stomach, and your shirt will stay where it's supposed to stay. Yeah, if you give these to a class, sometimes you'll turn around and everyone has their shirt over their head. And sounds funny, but you're not doing the exercise correctly. All right, guys, thank you. Again, Lou Sheckman, Team Exos, Kettlebell Class. This should take you about 40 minutes. And yeah, I hope you enjoy. And I hope you're using all of our online content. Thanks again.